Hey, how's it going, guys? Bringing you a 35v35 competitive match here between BKG, that's Black Knight Gaming, against the USMC X Merc Coalition Alliance. So we're playing on Foy Night here, and you can see the match has already begun.
We got some infantry coming in on the
USMC
southwest side now.
has already captured Dugout Barn. It looks like they have a pretty firm hold on the point. BKG kind of opted to take a little bit slower start. They kept a lot of guys on their back line here, as you can see. And they took a lot of map control over here on the west side of Dugout Barn.
Roger.
So Merc and USMC have a pretty firm grip inside the hard point, although they are getting hammered, as you can see, taking a lot of fire from these fortified positions over here. Well, let's see if they can hold on to the point.
Tank is like one shot.
Yeah, it's pretty hurt.
BKG is starting to
we're hurt too. You might get
a... This is all out of bounds over here, but as you can see, they're really working around the west side of this point. They're starting to even get some control up on the north here.
On the point right now.
USMC have absolutely nobody
Spoons,
ready to defend this backside. So BKG gets a strong push, and they get a foundation built up here. Boom, and there goes the USMC tank.
Our Panzer IV just went. He's really hurt.
So this BKG tank is putting in work back here, and you can see we've got an anti-tank gun for the Bruin snipe part here. It's starting to chip away at that tank. They do have eyes on it.
I'll try and keep it up.
It's retreating.
Yeah.
Let's go over here and see what we can see.
Earth, I'm gonna try to drop you a tiger right now soon.
So this tank is hurting bad. They do have an NG on the back of it.
How's the west side looking? How's the west side looking?
Looks like they're splashing some shells here to maybe
it's
try to cover
right.
themselves.
So right now.
He's on Pablo.
They're trying really hard to get away.
Earth, I got a
One more
minute
shot
and
from that
22
AT gun,
seconds
you'd probably be down.
on the tiger.
Yeah, I need some help down here.
Looks like that tank's gonna get away though.
Enemy MG 240 southwest of
And here's Eastern, BKG.
Can we get tiger
guys
mid,
defending. Looks like majority of their force though is
working
encircling the point here. They know a frontal assault's probably out of the question, so definitely going to want to work on these flanks over here. Let's get down into it.
We need to start spreading him out, get him away from the point.
Ultra wave here. Looks like Vega's going to get a nice flank on this guy. He's not aware. Elkin runs right into him. Malarkey
gun down on my
here. Looks for another. Gets Adamored and gets Lonely. Big 3K from Malarkey here inside the hard point. Hopefully Ultra or Vega can respond to Vosi coming up. He's probably unaware. And it looks like Vega or somebody got Malarkey here, so at least he's down, dealt with. Nice 3K by Malarkey though.
Enemy bombing run inbound.
Enemy bombing run coming in across the point. This is going to be a big opportunity here. Oh, and that bombing run gets a lot of them, a lot of kills there. Luckily, a few guys, Fox has some myth in here, were able to stay in the barn.
I got 10 seconds there, Earth. 10 seconds.
And really, it's a big fight between this position here and these guys here. Really dug in here deep. Look at these guys. Little firing line here. Oh my god! And Merc's tank just absolutely wipes these guys out.
They're getting close to the point.
OP back here. Let's
on the west side.
Take advantage of those kills they just got. Push up. We do have. This is kind of interesting here. I'm not sure how I feel about this, to be honest. BKG having looks like 2 squads up here at least, and they're kind of holding down this flank, but as you can see, it's so much open ground that these guys are forced to try to crawl to get to the flank, and they've got a lot of way to go before they even get near the point. So I don't know if I like this play. I understand map control and all, but kind of not getting much done here, and I don't know what this is all about. You've got 3 guys back here, 4 guys back here. I don't know what they're doing over there. Not really near the
Be advised that Gary and G4 is lighting up red. They might flank you.
Not sure what to expect. Boom! And Merc tank finds another big tank kill here, blowing up the other enemy tank. There is still one more in the back line maybe, but this Merc tank is turning up so far, folks. It's looking real good for them. Let's continue to look around so we can see. BKG has a really strong hold on their back point. A lot of guys committed to defense. Not many guys pressing the point here. Maybe BKG taking a more reserved approach right now, trying to build up supplies to see what they can do.
Content
Another flare going
on a supply truck, top right.
Yes, sir. Give me a second.
Okay, cool.
I got a transport truck leaving their spawn right now on my light vehicle.
Engaging enemy 76 on
Alright guys, we are back.
Nice.
Sorry about that, we had a crash. We did miss a good amount of the match.
I don't know.
So we are in the final 15 minutes here. And it looks like USMC and Merc have a very strong grasp on East or North. It looks like they are going to capture the point here and take a very dominant lead here at the very end.
We're engaging, we get to 76.
And it looks like they have got it. They have completely cleared them out. BKG going to be coming in from their back line here. Panther leading the charge, but it's not going to be enough. USMC and Merc are going to capture Eastern North. It would be an absolute miracle here if BKG could somehow prevent this, but I don't see it happening.
Copy. You guys ready? I got mine.
Elkin here and Callow holding down the back line, which they fought so hard to secure earlier. Callow getting real close to Savage. Let's see who can win here. Unaware of each other, maybe. Does Elkin know? Hopefully Callow calls this for him. It's getting very intense here. This is BKG's last chance to hold this point. They've got to kill these guys and push in here. Elkin holding his ground. Callow right next to Savage, completely unaware of each other. And Elkin might have a chance for a big multi-kill right here. A lot of guys coming out in front of him. But he does have some MG support overhead from behind. And here comes that Sherman 76 rolling straight up into the point. It's looking absolutely hectic. Hell is being let loose, boys. Elkin goes down. Callow does find Savage and secures this little shed here. And the BKG players just desperately trying to push back into this point and resecure Eastern. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. It looks like USMC and Merc have got a very strong foothold in this point. And it's up to the 76 to kind of uproot them. And I don't think they're going to be able to do it. Matter of fact, we've got two BKG tanks, and they're the only thing holding the line here. They're the only one stopping this capture, and it looks like USMC's artillery from Spoons here starting to chime in this back line, and it's not going to let these BKG guys try to get back in and resecure Eastern. USMC does have this point locked down, and I don't see BKG having enough time to get back in this match with 15 minutes left, but let's see what happens here. Wolfman, Ghost Assassin, a lot of these guys here just making an all-out YOLO charge. And look at this 76 here. Just hanging out inside the point. Callow still the lone man holding the line here. He's got an entire enemy team coming at him. Let's see if he can hold off this push here. Xander going to frag his position, and there goes Callow, gets blown out. He is the foremost defender, the tip of the spear. He's fallen.
Gary going down a point. Gary going down. Gary.
Adam Ord Whiskey here. Adam Ord's got the whole flank in his hands. Can he hold it down? Oh my god, BKG artillery turns him into ground beef. And it looks like, believe it or not, BKG may have been able to lock this down just in time here.
They just dropped supplies north of Duckup.
A lot of fighting in this point. This 76 is putting in absolute work here. Gold Star's tank from BKG is doing work. He's probably single-handedly saved this point for his team, and maybe even the match. They do have enough time, actually. 15 minutes. They could make a play for this midpoint here, but they've got to do it fast.
He's just sitting on point. We can't get shells on him.
USMC and Merc attackers here still have a good foothold in this hard point, but it looks like they are starting to dwindle, and BKG is getting a lot of guys up here. Looks like they are going to be able to hold.
On my body, there's one. On my body, there's one.
Oh,
They're OP.
Enemy Greyhound on light vehicle mark heading towards.
USMC, Merc here down to 4 guys in this point, trying to hold on to Eastern North. Looks like they've lost almost all of their capture progress, and as you can see by the map here, BKG has a super strong presence. Pretty much committed everything they had to hold this point, and they had to. Can't fault them there. Now, what I would like to see is USMC with a big, massive push here. You've got the Tiger, you've got Tigers on both flanks. Really, and a lot of infantry presence here in the middle. I'd love to see just a forward press here. I don't think BKG has enough to really mount an attack right now, so I'd love to see USMC kind of hit them while they're on their back foot and kind of knock them out of this one. But it looks like USMC and Merc trying to take a little bit more of a reserved approach here, and they're going to opt to just hold down that center point, play it safe. They don't want to commit too much here, and they just want to play for that middle point. We saw this position earlier, and it looks like these guys are still over here holding this great spot. Looks like that AT gun has been dealt with. And now we're starting to see a little bit of aggression coming out of this Tiger here. It's Texie's famous Tiger tank moving up here to the very front line. They don't have a lot of infantry support. They might want to be careful here.
He's behind house on low.
But they can do some big work from this position in this point here. And it looks like we've got Earthman's Tiger from USMC moving up just a little bit along those tracks, playing a little more reserved on the defensive side and making sure they hold that eastern flank.
We got him, we're hurting.
Oh my god, what an AT rocket. Look at that. This guy Savage has been an all-star for BKG. Look at that. That is a AT shot if I've ever seen one.
Play your lives, guys. We need you guys alive.
What a shot from him. Unfortunately for him, though, the Tiger tank is too strong, and it doesn't seem to have phased him. Although Texie's going to start rolling that Tiger back, get a little bit more infantry support. He doesn't want to risk his tank. And going over the scoreboard here, we've got about 12 minutes to go. Let's see what everyone stands on the USMC Merc side first. Baker, Arco, Sasuke, USMC Recon here doing pretty big work. 735 out of 2 guys. That's huge. Adam Ward's squad looks like they did pretty well on the offensive. Fox's squad had some good performers across the board. Elkin's attackers pretty solid as well. Dominant USMC MG here having a really big game. 445 combat effectiveness. That's huge. And how about George squad with Hess, Smith, and Waffle and Abel? All these guys pulling a huge score here. 1100 effectiveness for 4 guys is huge.
You want me to redeploy?
Look at Texie's tank here, 4,000 combat effectiveness. That's huge. He has been massive for this team. Spoon's doing work on the artillery. And it looks like the best infantry squad is actually George squad, Hess's squad, yeah. They are definitely the best infantry, so shout out to Hess and Mitham squad. Excellent performance there. And then V squad going to be a close second, followed by what looks to be Adam Ward's squad. Or I'm sorry, Georgia squad, but they are a 5-man squad, so a little bigger there. And scrolling through the BKG side, you can kind of get an idea here. And we've got about 10 minutes to go here. It looks like this one is just about sealed. You know, I will say, hasn't been a whole lot of infantry combat in this one. We saw a few moments where Elkin and Adam Ward squad pushed in the back line, and they did some work here taking this point. Looks like they nearly took it anyway. But it's really been a battle of the tanks here. They've kind of dominated the playing field. Very reserved play from both sides, to be honest. But Texie's tank has been absolutely massive. I don't think you can ask for much more than what he's given. He's been an absolute anchor on this western side, and he's been super reliable. Nothing has got past him. Let's see their deaths here. I guess we can't see fully, but yeah, I know they've had a great game. Vega on the MG just putting in work here, peppering all those BKG defenders back at Eastern. Let's have a look over the center point here. Let's see how the defense is holding up. Not a whole lot going on. You've got a few guys up at the front here, a few guys playing in the hard point. Looks like Fat Gum is the center defender here. You've got Compton, our commander here, kind of in his map, giving out orders from the center point. Here's Earthman and this Tiger tank crew holding down that eastern flank, looking really good. Backlines are completely empty. You got George scanning the back just to make sure, hey, is there going to be a last second hoorah here from these guys? You've also got Mr. Snipehard way back here, really covering this backfield. But as you can see, there is no one in sight. BKG is shut down.
Copy.
And it's going to be real interesting to see what BKG does here in these last 8 minutes to try to get back in this one. They've done a great job, you know, holding Eastern all game. You got to commend them that. They didn't fold, but interesting strategy, I think, out of the gate. That maybe is what cost these guys on this one. Opting to kind of play passively and secure map control and give up that middle point. I don't know if Foy is a map that you can afford to do that on. I think the middle point is pretty much you get it and you pray you can hold it, because there's not a lot of room for infantry to move. And so maybe not the best plan from BKG here. I don't know if that was their play. Maybe that's just how things unfolded. Maybe they got a slow start. Either way, though, USMC and Merc here, you can see they are really digging in on this central point. And they've got every approach seemingly covered. You've even got a little tank here in the back line coming in. And over here, we've got a real interesting fight going on between Hess's George squad and Arco Baker Recon. These guys are out here kind of scrapping with some other squads off on the far flank, holding this little bit of map control. They're not going to allow anything. Looks like they're maybe making way to start pressuring Gold Star 76 back here. Good approach, though. Just massive map control. You see this big open area. It's hard to navigate this. You see these guys kind of focused around these little bits of tree line. But yeah, I feel good about USMC and Merc securing this one. It's been a pretty dominant performance throughout. I don't think the point has ever really been contested here since they've captured it. And they nearly captured Eastern once or twice. So great performance from USMC and Merc here. Again, I think BKG just maybe want to reconsider the strategy here for Foy and understand you do need to be a little more direct on that central point on a map like this.
Never mind, my spotter's an idiot.
Be advised, Bravo Mark,
And you can see these are the offensive squads here. This is Elkin's offensive squad. These guys have moved up to the front here, and they're kind of just taking a frontal defense approach almost. They are attacking from the front, but they kind of secured the defense in the front for their team. So excellent work here. And these guys are all just chilling, as you can see.
My marker.
Yeah, I'm on the airhead. I'm on the airhead. Don't worry.
Okay.
And you see an enemy airhead comes down here. Oh, and the strafing run gets all of them. It's going to be up to Mustache Medic here to get this airhead, and Adamord coming in as well. Can they spawn on it before he destroys it? That's the question. Bombing run coming in. Oh, they got the bombing run. Oh my goodness, that bombing run was just a second too late. That bombing run almost saved that airhead and maybe would have given BKG a chance to win here. Although USMC and Merc does lose a lot of their assets trying to deal with that airhead. That was an excellent strafe by BKG there, and a great job trying to airhead bombing run combo there. Unfortunately, the timing was a few seconds off, but they almost pulled it off. And I think that is going to be it for BKG. They've probably burned a lot of their resources on that attempt. And it looks like we're going to see an all-out charge here in these last 5 minutes. Forward attackers here. It looks like Elkin's squad has folded to the might of this BKG offensive. Jensel, the lone man on the front line. Let's see what he can do here. He's got targets coming in every direction. He's got an automatic. And little does he know he's about to be in the middle of it. Come on, Jensel. There's one. Looking for a second. He finds a second and a third. Can he go bigger? He's got an MG pinning him down. You know it's hard to see right now, but let's see what he can do. Gas Mask is not even sure that he's here. I don't even think they know. Chow running straight into Jin. He's going to find another one. And looks like he maybe even found Quad back here. Maybe making that 4 or 5 kills there. But Jin is going to go down. And there's the front. Has crumbled. As you see, the might of this BKG offensive here. All out charging down this central road here as a last-ditch effort to try to take this point in these last few minutes. But it looks like Vega here, positioned with this MG, is going to be able to just completely hose these guys down and slow that offensive just enough.
Big push coming.
You hear Compton Commander calling out, here comes the big push, and he is right. They are giving it everything they've got on the front line here. They don't have time to flank or maneuver. They have no resources for special abilities. It's going to have to be an all-out infantry brawl here, and these should be some exciting last couple of minutes. And we've got V now. I haven't seen his tank all game, bringing his Tiger up to the front here, and it looks like he is going to meet this infantry charge head on with his Tiger tank, and I've got to say, it's not going to fare well for these ally attackers. Tiger Tank is just absolutely hosing these guys, putting in work. You can see the bodies dropping, splashing with HE back here. These infantrymen are truly in hell. You can see the SAC and Baptimes crawling, and they're just going to get absolutely obliterated. Spoons on the artillery is absolutely giving it to them right now. And both Tiger tanks now have moved up to the front line. You've got Earthman's Tiger up ahead. They've got no fear, nothing to lose. 3 minutes on the clock, and that's a GG. These Tiger tanks are absolutely hosing this infantry push down, and that's going to wrap this one up, folks. USMC and Merc have dug in deep. They've got a solidified hold on this point, and BKG has lost all steam. The push has been stopped. The match is over. 2 minutes to go. USMC and Merc are going to be the victors in this one. It has been an excellent match here on Foy Night. Great effort from both sides. I think the star of this one on USMC is going to be their Tiger tank, led by Texi. He was exceptional in holding down that western flank. He put in huge work. And let's look at their final numbers here. I know it's big time. 4,400 combat effectiveness. That's absolutely huge, even for a tank crew. So they were probably the MVPs of this one. I did see Elkin's offensive infantry with Adamord's offensive infantry get some really nice flanks and some big pressure on Eastern, which kind of clears things up for these defenders back here. But overall, an excellent job from both sides. BKG, again, I think they could have been a little more straightforward in the beginning. Maybe took a little bit of an approach like this earlier and tried to secure that point. But all in all, it's been a hell of a match here. And let's watch these last 2 minutes here and see how it ends. As you see here, the Merc USMC guys are celebrating in the command chat here. They are happy. It's been a hard-fought win here. And a big GG's to both teams. Well played BKG, well played USMC and Merc. A good match. You love to see it go the distance there and just fight over that central point the whole time. Let's scroll through these boards here to get these final scores from people. Alright guys, I think that wraps it up. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this 35v35 competitive match featuring USMC x Merc versus BKG.